Hello, friends. My name's Michelle, and I call myself the Beauty Treasure Hunter. I am a makeup artist and lash artist in Kentucky. I'm almost 56, and today I'm going to try to recreate one of my favorite complexion products ever that they don't make anymore. We're going to try to recreate the Stila Stay All Day Illuminating Skin Veil in Kitten. And you'll want to stay tuned for this because this stuff's good. So if you want to see how I got this look and how I recreated this, then keep on watching. Okay, to start off today, I slapped on some Bonnyhill rice eye patches, and I'm going to leave them on for a little bit longer. I like to turn mine with the small part out here because I feel like it still covers my crow's feet, but gives me lots of good stuff down here. And yes, just like all other really serum-y eye patches, they slide a little, but that's how I know when it's time to take them off, when they stop sliding. So I'm gonna show you some new Dollar Tree things. This is the Be Pure Hydrating Lip Balm, and it says it's somewhere, I saw caramel on the package. And what this reminds me of is the Pudding Lip Mask by Fenty. It's really a scent of caramel, but it provides such a nice experience. So I'm gonna just hydrate today with this. I highly recommend it. I'm going to go ahead and do my brows. I've got the Arches and Halos, and this one is in charcoal. And my wing liner 317. This is from the Black View Art Eye Set. I've lost the tail of my brows, and now it seems like the front is also getting pretty sparse. And I guess I could consider something like microblading. However, I have had tattoos to fade before, and of course black fades to gray and brown fades to yellow. So I've had some friends who have ended up with yellow brows. Not good. I'd rather just, draw them on with the pen. The brow gel I'm going to use today is by Rude. It's the Stick 'em Up, and it's got like a little brush, harder plastic bristles, but you can also like smash them down that way. It's been a while since I have primed my eyelids with my Langmanni Concealer. I love shade 2. Here's what it looks like. You can tell it just kind of matches my skin tone pretty well. Okay, now to remove the eye patches. Oh, that always feels so good. I've been talking a lot lately about the Gushe Multibalm, and I found another really good balm at the Dollar Tree. This one's from Splash Skincare, and it's called the Everything Hydrating Balm. And they look very similar. Here's the Gushe. The Gushe comes with a little cap, but you can see they're kind of the same color too. So I'm going to be using the Splash one today. Let that be sinking in. And I found some Bum Mineral SPF 30. I don't think this has a scent, but since it's mineral, it might be white. So let's see how it goes. And it's more of a traditional sunscreen as far as what it feels like on the skin. If you can get away with the chemical ones, man, they just melt in like water. But if you are dry skinned, you will still love this. And the coolest little thing, my granddaughters like to play outside, and so this powder sunscreen is really good to put in their little hairline. Let's see, this one's by Hawaiian Tropic. It's an SPF of 30. You just pull this down and just go for it. Before I found that one, this one's by Ilho, so I think it's Asian. And I think it's also a 30. Let me look and see. And of course, this one's a 50. You can also use it on your face. One more cool thing that I got at the Dollar Tree the other day is this Splash Skincare Balancing Toner Serum Spray. It says shake to activate, so it's a biphase. Gotta shake it though, but hey, for $1.25. And this mister's really nice. Fine mister. I'm gonna pop on some NYX Marshmallow Primer. This has a nice scent. I'm gonna stick this stick to my T-zone. I used it yesterday and I really do think it made a difference because I had a really good makeup day as far as longevity goes yesterday. I think that has a very, very light scent. Feels fabulous. Speaking of hairline, I'm going to use some of the Face Shop Quick Hair Puff Fibers. It's about time for another root highlight. I think I'll do underpainting today. I really liked that the other day. And I think a more dry, thicker cream will work well for that. Let's use the Rimmel Multitasker today. I have it in shade number 3, tan to bronze. And it's darker, so that's why I like to use it for contouring. And I won't completely buff that in, but we'll give it a good start. And I'm going to use my Art 47 for that. Okay, I'll leave it a little bit unblended. My favorite all-time skin illuminator is one that they don't make anymore. It's by Stila. It's the Kitten Stay All Day Veil. I just love it. So what I try to do is I try to recreate it. Here's what it looks like. Isn't that just lovely? I think I'll leave it on my hands. It makes my hands look better. But we're going to try to recreate it. So I have the 3 Ina. I have no idea how to say that. I'll have to look it up. It's supposed to wear 24 hours. The shade is a little bit off for me. I think it's 624. Yep, it's a little bit yellow. But I'm gonna add some Physicians Formula Butter Glow to that. And you know what? I don't think the Butter Glow has glow. Yesterday I used my Lumi Glotion. So that means today, see with the Physicians Formula, it's more of just a straight color. I'm gonna grab something. All right, here's some CoverGirl Jelly Opal Glow. I'm gonna add to the mix. And this may be too much, I don't know. Or it may end up being just right. So here's what I've got. And remember, we're gonna go over this underpainting. Good job, Michelle. And my Art 64. All right, let me check myself out, my pores in the mirror. I'm gonna grab just a dry beauty blender sponge. Pounce that in. If you feel like you get too much with a brush, sometimes it's good to just pounce it in. Now, I don't think my contour hung around very well. What the heck did I do with it? Lose my head if it weren't attached. It fell down in there. I keep a little tray with a handle in my lap of everything I'm going to put on. When I move to my new house, I'm hoping not to have to do that. So I'm going back to the multitasker and let's do this just a little bit again. So this one to me is a little bit too creamy, not thick enough to hang around. And user error, you know. Okay, back to my Art 47. Now the e.l.f. in shade the Halo Glow filter in shade 8 worked really well the other day for underpainting. Any bronzer you have that doesn't blend out well, put it underneath. If it blends out well on top of makeup, it's probably not going to be thick enough to show through. All right, moving on. I usually have already done my eyes by now. And I told you in my last video that I thought this Lottie London Soft Grunge might be a good, more reasonable alternative to the I Need to Cool. However, there's only a couple of shades that match up. I'll show you. Also, eCosmetics is having a 40% off sale, and you use the code BIG40 and you could get 40% off of this. All right, I think that the caramel matte has a match, and I think that dark brown could have a match. In the top middle on this one, could do this one right here, but that's about it because the sparkles in this one are more white and these are more champagne. Okay, but I'm still excited about this. I got mine for 30% off. So it's like anytime something really expensive comes out that I care about, I check eCosmetics. Okay, here's my Flame Blender number 11 from the White Buart Eye Set, and I'm going to go in first with the shade called Cloud. And I've heard a lot of people say, oh, I could recreate this if I get out such and such and such and such and such and such palettes. Yes, but that's the point of a palette, is to have it all in one place. And if you do wedding makeup or anything like that, event makeup, it's also nice to have it all in one place and not be searching for things. I'm going to go in now with this shade right here called Slab. It's a lighter kind of chocolate brown and it's a matte. Look how pigmented, but also so blendy. And I probably should have gone in with something lighter than Slab. Maybe this one is Tatra, and this one at the bottom is Cube, but we'll see. It's so hard for me to relax my eyelids while I do this. But, you know, I do have to get in all of the little crepey places. I bet this one is a lip brush. Let's see. Oh no, it's the Concealer 14. It's a nice flat one too. And I'm going to go in with this one down here called Shale. So it's a nice brown, but it also has a bit of sheen. And I'm just going to do my lower lash line with it. You know, I have been blue at the passing of Dolly. So my son was the first one to tell me 2 days ago when I picked him up from school. So then the next day when I picked him up, I was playing her Rockstar album. So that's what I've been listening to. I just ask myself, why couldn't it have been somebody mean? You know? She was a wonderful, wonderful humanitarian. And listen to this story. Both of my granddaughters get the Imagination Library books each month. The program gives them to every child until they're 5 years old, I think. I think that's right. And they're so excited when they come. And my littlest one, who is 2 but talks up a storm, saw Dolly's picture on the back of one of her books and said, Mimi, I'll take that. Yeah, I will. All right, for my sparkle, I'm going to go in with this one right in the center. It's called Glacier. Dolly's last makeup look that I saw her in when she was doing the video explaining about her health, I want to recreate that with her pink and blue. She looked so cute. Now I'll put a few stars in the sky here. Okay, I think I match. The whites I'm using today, they are by the Face Shop. They are the Rice Water Bright. Found those at my salvage store, but I really like them. I like them even better that I found them at the salvage store. Okay, completely relaxing. Okay, Juicy Jazz was talking about this Turn the Volume Up mascara by LA Colors that's at the Dollar Tree right now. She says it's pretty good. It has one of the silicone ones. I do prefer volume on the bottom and length on the top. I put a fresh set of my God Venus clusters on yesterday. Okay, not bad. And I also put some of this on my upper lashes in the midst of taking my old ones off yesterday, so I'll input that footage here. And I think I also tried Lash Extra by Beauty Intuition. That's a more lengthening, and I prefer lengthening on the top. But I'm so used to seeing myself with bougie lashes that, yeah, I just can't get used to it not seeing them. Okay, for my concealer today, I'm going to use the Revolution Conceal and Define in C4. And this is new packaging. I don't think the formulation is new. But I love all of the Revolution complexion products because I love shade 4. Okay, here is the BuArt Slope Concealer. I think this looks a little sharper over here. So I'm going to go back to that winged liner brush from the black BuArt eye set and go back into, I think the shade was Slab. I think that's better. And I am going to set that down with my H2O Lock Powder and the number 79 from BuArt. I like to just spin it, tap, and just barely put some in there. I got another pudding type of blush. This one, though, is by Dr. Paw Paw. And this one, let's see if I can find the shade. I didn't know, but Dr. Paw Paw, this is made in Thailand. And I don't see a shade. And here's what the top looks like. But it's kind of a fooler. Look. I think it's a little different. But when you blend it out, it does look more like this. And let's see. I do have an e.l.f. brush that works really well down in these little pots. Putty bronzer, but it's the buffing one. But here's a good one from the BuArt. It's on the one with the rounded bottom, and it is a number 13 blurring buffer. It's not slanted, but look, it's dense and it fits down in here. And I just love these little pudding things because the texture really blurs the pores. And that's what I need. Try to get my eye bags. For my powder blush today, I've got this, let's see, from Temu. It's the Ambient Lighting Blush. Can't pronounce the brand, but you know what it's mimicking. And this is shade 1. It's called the Lighting Blush Lumiere. And it looks really bright, but it actually needs to be built up. So I'm going to use a number 93. And it just sets that down without making me look matte, too matte, you know, artificially matte. My bronzer today is not exactly a bronzer. And right now on Amazon it is $2.50. It is by the Bourjois makeup company from Paris that we've been talking about lately. And this is the Silk Edition powder. And it is in number 56. And it says it's dark. But let me show you they're dark. Isn't that great? And it does come with a little sponge thing, but I'm going to whip out my number 50. To come down the neck and places on my décolletage that are going to show. And I think when you look on Amazon, you can't really see this very clearly. So I was taking a chance, but I thought, okay, for $2.50, yeah, this may be a gem, and it is. I love it. Definite treasure. And the little mirror does this swivel thing. It's just really cool. Okay, now to melt everything back together, I'm going to go back to this little biphase spray from the Dollar Tree from Splash Skincare, the Balancing Toner Serum Spray. Just a little bit. And a really reasonable She Glam spray. This is the Camera On Blurring Waterproof Setting Spray. Gotta shake it up. And as a finishing touch, I'm going to use this Polite Society powder. It is that More Than a Pretty powder. This one's in Brightening Petal. Here's what that looks like. So you can tap it out. I'm going to use a puff. I'll try to link these two. I love how they say gorgeous and they're like extra big. And press. And I think doing this last yesterday is key to how well it lasted, so we'll see how it goes. And I've not done my lips, so I'm going to wipe off the Be Pure Lip Balm Caramel. And a lady I was watching yesterday takes a Q-tip and goes around the perimeter of her lips, which I thought was a fabulous idea. Then if you're using stain, you won't mess up the tip. And we do have stain for you today. At the Dollar Tree, we've got Koki lip stains. This one I know is called Wildflower. You'd think it's going to be red. And the other one is in Serenade. And it's more warm. I think I'll do Serenade first, and if it's not enough for me, then I'll do the other one. I love how they're big and how they have a flat spot. Now, I have to say, they don't feel like a regular stain. They feel a little bit tacky right there. So I'm going to let it dry. And I have a couple of other Dollar Tree lippies that I really like. These are the Shea Butter lipsticks. This one's in nude and this one's in pink, but they're pretty close. Here's nude. And here's pink on the other side. So just a smidge brighter, but they feel good. And I also got two of these click ups. This one's in berry and this one's in mauve pink. I'll show you the berry. Very nice. That kind of matches this other side. Maybe I'll even out, you know. And here is the mauve pink. It's lighter. So now I'm going to do this one everywhere. Just to give you an idea. I'm really enjoying those. But you know, I need a little bit of sparkle. So this is by Essence. It's the Extreme Shine. It is plumping. And the shade is 101 Milky Way. So here we go. Can't really feel anything yet. Probably because I have so many layers of other stuff underneath. But I like the shine. And I can tell it's not going to be too bad. Okay, one more thing. I've got some L'Oreal Lumi Lake Glass highlighter in Glassy Pink Ballet. And I'm going to use this Blurring Buffer 13. It's really dense. But you can tell. I like that spot to be pretty noticeable. There. Now I feel done. Okay, I've got a little post pimple mark there. So I'm going to try this Nude by Nature. It is the powder foundation, and I have it in C3 light, or is it light medium? And I'm just going to use, let's see, no, let me pick one of my Buarts. This one looks pretty good for that. It is called Brow Bone Highlight 23. And this has like a little mesh top. Pretty good, pretty good. So, up close and personal. You can tell where I've powdered, my pores look better. So let's go over them just a little bit more. And you can watch them disappear with me. Okay, I left some highlighter, but I got rid of some pores. So I'm really liking this Polite Society powder. When you feel it, it's just unbelievably soft. I wouldn't think if you have really dry skin, though, you would like it, because it mattifies, let me tell you what. But I've been having trouble with my T-zone here lately. Hot and humid in Kentucky in almost September. Ooh, okay. So I like this look. It feels comfortable. I hope it wears well. As always, thank you for watching. If you've not subscribed yet, please do so, and please give me a thumbs up. That really helps. And something else that really helps is just leaving a comment. Tell me where you're from. Give me some hearts if that's all you've got time for, because I have been a silent watcher of lots of channels myself. But if you really want to help somebody out, that's the way to do it. And I'm not hoping to make money. I'm just hoping to break even. So if you can help me, I'd really appreciate it, wherever you are in the world. Let me just say this too. My Canadian friends, love you all. And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that we are treating you all this way. I hope things are going to change soon. Hanging in there. But wherever you are in the world today, I hope you're doing well. And I hope you see me next time.